Okay guys, so a little special treat for you today. As you can see, I'm not wearing my usual outfit. I am in green, as you can see. Short review of the Swedish military's new AK5c, sir. So the AK5c shoots a 5.6 full metal jacket round. Got a magazine capacity of 30. The updated version has a new adjustable stock, still collapsible like previous versions, but now you can also adjust it in this way. It's got a pretty bulky aim point type sight. Good sight, adds a lot of weight though. As I mentioned earlier, different foregrip, previous version. This is optional if you want to keep this for a short distance. You also got the metal flip up sights if you want to use those instead. You can also detach these, so you can add on all the accessories you need, flashlights and such. Except that it's got the lock on empty, did not have that on previous versions. And also of course an upper rail here as well, so mostly cosmetical. It's still a hell of a heavy automatic rifle, weighs around 5 kilos, fully loaded, which is not good. Benefit though is that you get pretty good accuracy with it, but it's pretty big to carry around like this. Okay guys, so I'm here today now with all my friends. We've been out on a 10-day exercise, and if you haven't done any military service, you don't know that half the time is spent taking care of your equipment. So I mentioned previously that this is the new service rifle for the Swedish Army. It's called the AK5c. It's a pretty much just old AK5A converted with some minor changes. Different stock, adjustable, and also different front grip, obviously optional this one. Shortened a little bit, different flash suppressor and a new aim point sight. A pretty bulky one. It's going to be replaced hopefully shortly by a smaller one. So this is one we're using right now. Also really good feature added onto this one is the last shot stop. So this one wasn't available on the AK5A, which is obviously a great feature. New magazines, plastic ones, easy to see how many shots you have, quite fragile though. So some new good things added with some bad things. So now you're going to see a video of me disassembling this one, cleaning it really thorough, and then putting it back together so it can go back into storage again. So if you find these things interesting, I hope you'll enjoy. Okay, so to disassemble AK5c is pretty straightforward. You just remove the rear pin, flip it up like this. Move the charging handle like so. You take out the entire assembly. Here you have the rolling pin system, whatever it's called. This, take that out, and then you have the gas piston, the recoil spring. After that's done, you just take out the front pin. It can be a little bit tricky sometimes. Then you have the rear box part, like so. Weapon harness, we use a sling, we use a traditional one. Pretty basic, quite good. Remove the front stock. just take out the front print and take it off, like so. The back, so you don't lose it. Then here you have the gas chamber. Take it off like so. If you've done military service, this should be pretty straightforward for you. As I mentioned also, we got the aim point sight that is new for the AK5c, sir. It's quite a bulky one, but it's also quite durable. I'm going to remove that today. We shouldn't do that usually, of course. It's adjusted to this rifle. But since we're handing this rifle over for storage, everything has to be taken care of. And if you wonder about my voice, it's I have a hell of a cold. Too many years in the civilian life. But hey, just work through it, right? You got this really good on your Omni-tool that comes with the rifle. You got an 8mm thread, so you can remove the sight. And the sound details are not great because this is of course not filming for the filming purpose. This is real maintenance of the rifle, so you will hear compressed air in the background as you do right now. You will also hear radio because my fellow soldiers don't care about this movie being made, they just want to get their rifle done, which is perfectly okay, of course. Sorry about that. As I mentioned, you have an option on the front grip, mainly for short range fighting, which is probably not the most common way in the Swedish military, but hey, you have it. It's a good feature. That's pretty much it. Here you have the gas port in the front. Oh, see? Yeah, there you go. So you need to clean this pretty thoroughly because a lot of gases get stuck here, or a lot of residue. You still got the old style flip up front sight, like that. And in the back you got a well, you used to have a flip up sight for 2 different ranges, but with the new rail system, I guess you can't flip up the rear one. So yeah, here you go. So now we're going to do some maintenance on this rifle. We're going to go through all the sensitive parts. This is of course one of the most sensitive parts. And then make sure that we don't have any residue in the front here. This one is probably going to be the most tricky to clean. And also in this, we did some daily maintenance yesterday, so they're actually quite okay, but handing it over to storage, quite okay is not good enough. And then we're going to go through the plastic magazines as well. Enjoy! Okej, CLP, har vi någon sån?
Den försvann.
Den försvann, det var ju broderligt. I'm really putting the microphone to its test here, aren't I? As I mentioned, you have this weapon kit. It comes in a case like this. You got your Omni-tool with your size 8 wrench here. This is to clean the gas port. And this is, yeah, I don't know what this is, and this is to clean the grooves around the gas port, so to speak. And obviously this is metal, so you have to use these cotton pads around it, because if you just use this on metal, you're gonna damage something. While we wait for the CLP to work, the AK5 it's a license from the Fabrik National. It's the original version, the AK5A. And there's also a B, which is the different stock and had a small scope to it. Both the A and B has replaced now with the C. the weapon used to be really durable. Well, it is durable. It used to be more durable. It used to be really accurate. Although the big drawback is the weight, 5 kilos, and that's just, ooh, it's heavy. And unfortunately, the C version, it's not that much lighter. So you took away some weight when you removed the length, but you added on the aim point, so you kind of got that dead beat going, or I mean the dead race there. But still though, it's quite, yeah, it's a good weapon, although it's really heavy. Probably looking at the end of the lifespan for the AK5, and the next weapon, hopefully introduced 2020, will be something different, I think, because you can't modify this anymore. Yeah, good. As I mentioned, you have the collapsible stock with a C. I mean, nothing new here, but it adds a huge benefit. For the rifle, you just put your size in, and then to fold it, you do like this. Can't do right now because the pins are sticking out. The AK5A, this front piece used to be 2 parts. It's now 1, which is good. It's a lot more durable. And also, as I said, you have the different rail systems. You have a rail system on the side here for your flashlight, your IR sight, whatever you want to use it for. You get the long rail that goes all the way through the bottom here. Where you put your handle, you can put your grenade launcher, whatever you need. You need it for. I'm missing a piece right now. I hope I'll find that somewhere. And on the side here as well, there's one. Well, let's not remove that. Actually, let's do that. Yeah, I didn't mention that. There's also a new flash suppressor with the AK5c. Looks, it's got this quad, whatever we call this. Yeah, something like this. Was some concern that this would not be durable enough, but hey, it seems pretty sturdy for me. This is where all the grease is going to be. Also looking, this is your gas port. So reassembling the AK5, pretty easy. Put the recoil spring back in, put the bolt back onto the gas piston like this. Put the cover for the gas port in. And this is what I mentioned previously, that you had this lever right here that you could switch between the different positions. Usually that would flip over to this side. It's stuck there now due to this one. Any major drawbacks of that, I do not know. Oh, I'm sorry. A little brain freeze right there. Put that back on. Both through. Put the lower receiver together with the upper receiver, like so. Slide this assembly in right here. Alright. Like this. Align. Put the handle in. Slide forward and lock it up. Put the flash suppressor on. you have it, AK5.